Good morning, everyone, children. Today, in chapter number 12, we are going to solve the exercise number 12.1, the main questions, question number 1, question number 2, and question number 4. Let us start with the first question. The first question reads, the radii of two circles are 19 centimeter and 9 centimeter respectively. Find the radius of the circle which has circumference equal to the sum of the circumferences of the two circles. Let us analyze and understand this question first and then move towards the solution. See here, children, there are two circles. One circle is of radius 19 centimeter and another circle is of radius 9 centimeter. Okay? Both the circles have the circumference. Okay? Here, the circumference of this circle is equal to the sum of the circumference of this circle plus circumference of this circle. Okay? And the newly formed circle's radius is capital R. Let A be the center of the circle with radius R1 equal to 19 centimeter and let B be the center of the circle with radius R2 is equal to 9 centimeter. Okay? Here, let the circumference of this circle be 2 phi R1 and the circumference of this circle be 2 phi R2. Okay? If we add the circumferences of these two circles, then the circumference of the new circle is 2 phi R. Okay? And this circle will have a radius. Let that radius be capital R. And we need to find the radius of the new circle with center C, whose radius is capital R and its circumference is equal to the sum of the circumference of this circle with 19 centimeter radius and this circle with 9 centimeter radius. Okay? So children, according to the question here, 2 phi R1 plus 2 phi R2 is equal to 2 phi R. It means the sum of circumference of this circle with radius R1 is equal to 19 centimeter and with radius R2 is equal to 9 centimeter, that is 2 phi R2, is equal to 2 phi R. Okay? Where R is the radius of the new circle. Okay? According to the question, children, here the circle with center C and capital R as radius is that circle whose circumference is 2 phi R and its circumference is equal to the sum of circumference of this circle with radius 19 centimeter and this circle with 9 centimeter. Do you understand? What is it? Here, the circle with center C and with radius R is the circle whose circumference is equal to the sum of the circumference of the circle with 19 centimeter radius and the circle with 9 centimeter radius. That is why we have, according to the question, 2 phi R1 plus 2 phi R2 is equal to 2 phi R. So children, according to the question here, 2 phi R1 plus 2 phi R2 is equal to 2 phi R. It means the sum of circumference of this circle with radius R1 is equal to 19 centimeter and with radius R2 is equal to 9 centimeter, that is 2 phi R2, is equal to 2 phi R. Okay? Where r is the radius of the new circle. Okay, here 2 phi 2 phi is common, therefore into bracket r1 plus r2 is equal to 2 phi r. If this into 2 phi is transposed this side, it becomes divided by 2 phi, then 2 phi get cancelled, then r remains. So r1 plus r2 is equal to r, or capital R is equal to small r1 plus r2. But r1 plus r2 are 19 plus 9, therefore capital R is equal to 28 centimeter. It means if we add the circumference of this plus circumference of this, we will have a new circle whose circumference is 2 phi r. And this newly formed circle will have radius, and the newly formed circle's radius r is equal to 28 centimeter. Okay, here the circumference of this circle is equal to the sum of the circumference of this circle plus circumference of this circle. Okay, and the newly formed circle's radius is capital R, and it is equal to 28 centimeter. Okay, now let us see one more example, that is question number 2. The question reads, the radii of two circles are 8 centimeter and 6 centimeter respectively. Find the radius of the circle having area equal to the sum of the areas of these two circles. Let us understand and analyze this question. See here children, there are two circles of radius 8 centimeter and radius 6 centimeter, and this will also have an area, and this circle will also have an area. If you add the areas of these two circles, we will get one more circle with some area. The area of this circle should be equal to the sum of area of this circle and this circle. In such a way, we will get this new circle. And we need to find the new circle which is having the area equal to the sum of these two circles. Okay, let us see how to find it. Let A be the center of the circle with radius 8 centimeter. I call this radius as R1. Let B be the center of the circle with radius 6 centimeter. I call it as R2. And let C be the radius of the newly formed circle whose radius is capital R, and that is what I have to find. And its area is equal to the sum of area of this circle with 8 centimeter radius and this circle with 6 centimeter radius. Okay. According to the question we have, the area of this circle with 8 centimeter radius plus area of this circle with 6 centimeter radius is equal to what? The sum of the areas of these two circles. According to the question, we have area of this circle with 8 centimeter radius plus area of this circle with 6 centimeter radius is equal to the area of this new circle. Okay, and this new circle will have the radius r, and that is what we have to find. Therefore, here children, phi r1 square is the area of this circle with 8 centimeter radius, and phi r2 square is the area of this circle with 6 centimeter radius. Then phi capital R square is the area of this circle with radius capital R. But we are given that this phi r1 square plus phi r2 square is equal to this phi capital R square. Okay, according to the question. But from these two, 5 is common. Therefore, phi into bracket r1 square plus r2 square is equal to phi into capital R square. Okay, but phi is common here. Therefore, if this into phi comes this side, means divided by phi, Now we have 5 and 5 get cancelled, then r square remains. Therefore r1 square plus r2 square is equal to capital R square, or r square is equal to r1 square plus r2 square, right? But r1 is 8 centimeter square plus r2 is 6 centimeter square. Therefore 8 square is 64 and 6 square is 36. Therefore 64 plus 36 is 100. So capital R square is equal to 100, or this square is transposed this side, becomes r is equal to square root of 100. But the square root of 100 is 10. Therefore children, capital R is equal to 10 centimeter. Here capital R is the radius of the newly formed circle whose area is equal to the sum of the areas of the circle with 8 centimeter radius and the circle with 6 centimeter radius. Is it clear to you? Hope you have analyzed and understood this question and found the answer correctly. Okay? Okay, let us come to one more very important question. The wheels of a car are of diameter 80 centimeter each. How many complete revolutions does each wheel make in 10 minutes when the car is traveling at the speed of 66 km per hour? Let us analyze this question properly, children. Let this be the wheel of the car. Actually, car will have 4 wheels, but here I have considered one wheel. Okay, this is the wheel of the car with center O, and AB is diameter of the wheel of the car, and it is given that AB is equal to D. D means diameter, and it is 80 centimeter. Okay, and what will be OA? OA is equal to radius of the wheel. Radius means diameter upon 2, half of the diameter. Therefore 80 by 2 is equal to 40 centimeter. That is the radius of the wheel of the car. Okay, and it is also given that the speed of the car. Okay, what do we mean by the speed? The distance traveled by the car in 1 hour, or in 1 minute, or in 1 second is called speed of the car. Here it is given that in 1 hour the car travels 66 kilometer. Okay, 1 hour means 60 minutes. Therefore it implies in 60 minutes the car travels 66 kilometer. Okay, but how much does the car travel in 10 minutes? Okay, in 10 minutes also it travels some distance, that we should find out. Okay, and now we should understand the meaning of revolution. Okay, what do you mean by one revolution of the wheel, or what do we mean by one revolution of the wheel? One revolution means if the wheel rotates about its center and makes one complete rotation, then we call it as one revolution. Okay, when the wheel makes one revolution, that time it moves some distance. Okay, here we have to calculate the complete revolutions made by the wheel in 10 minutes. Okay, means how many complete revolutions does each wheel make in 10 minutes we have to find. For that, what we should do is, in one complete revolution, how much distance it travels we have to calculate. Okay, and after that, the distance covered or traveled by the car in 1 hour we have to calculate. Then the distance covered by the wheel in 10 minutes we have to calculate. Okay, then if we calculate the distance covered by the wheel in 10 minutes, and that distance is divided by the distance traveled by the wheel in one complete revolution, then we get the total number of revolutions made by the wheel in 10 minutes. Okay, let us start with how to find the distance covered or traveled by the wheel in one revolution. See here, children, think that this is the wheel of the car and this is the circumference of the wheel of the car. Okay, this is center of the wheel of the car, this is circumference of the wheel of the car. Okay, and see here, when the wheel moves, how does it revolves? Okay, see, this is called revolution. Can you see? This is called revolution, right? Let us see how does it revolve, right? Okay, when the wheel revolves, it covers some distance. Can you see? See here, how does it cover the distance, right? In the beginning, you will see a white dot on the circumference of the wheel and let its position be at P, right? When the wheel begins to, revolve, it revolves like this. Can you see? It revolves and now it completed one revolution. Let the wheel begin to revolve. When the wheel begins to revolve, you see that there is continuous change of the point on the circumference. Okay, when the point again comes to Q, that time you see that the wheel has completed one revolution. Okay, when the wheel completed one complete revolution, the point came to Q, right? So in completing one revolution, right, the distance traveled by the wheel is PQ, and this distance PQ is equal to the circumference of the wheel. Okay, therefore children, here PQ is the distance covered or traveled by the wheel in one complete revolution, but this PQ is equal to the circumference of the wheel, which is equal to 2 pi r. So I can write PQ is equal to circumference of the wheel is equal to 2 pi r is equal to 2 into 22 by 7 into 40 centimeter. On simplification, I have 1760 upon 7 centimeter, which is the distance traveled by the wheel in one revolution, or in one revolution it is 1760 by 7 centimeter, or 1760 by 7 centimeter means one revolution. That is why 2 pi r is equal to 1760 upon 7 centimeter, which is equal to one revolution. So children, one revolution means 1760 upon 7 centimeter, or 1760 upon 7 centimeter is equal to one revolution, complete revolution made by the wheel. Okay. Now let us calculate the distance traveled by the wheel in 1 hour. Okay. In one revolution it travels this much centimeter. Okay. But in 1 hour, how much distance it travels? Let us calculate. Distance covered by the wheel in 1 hour is also equal to distance covered by the wheel in 60 minutes, because in 1 hour means 60 minutes. It is equal to 66 kilometer. Therefore, it is 66 into 1000 meter, because 1 kilometer means 1000 meters. So 66 into 1000 meter is 66,000 meters. Okay. But in 1 meter means it is 100 centimeter. Okay. Therefore, 66,000 into 100 centimeter is equal to 66 lakh centimeter. Right? It means the distance covered by the wheel in 60 minutes is 66 lakh centimeter. Okay. In 60 minutes, the distance covered is 66 lakh centimeter. But what is the distance covered by the wheel in 10 minutes? We have to find out. Because the car will not move here for 1 hour. They have given that the distance traveled by the car in 10 minutes we have to find out. We came to know that in 1 hour it is 66 lakh centimeter. But the distance covered by the wheel in 10 minutes, how much? We have to calculate. That is, in 60 minutes, it is 66 lakh centimeter. In 10 minutes, how many centimeters? It is 11 lakh centimeter. Okay. Now, we have 1760 upon 7 centimeter distance means 1 revolution. Okay. 1 revolution means 1760 upon 7 centimeter. Okay. But the car travels for 10 minutes. Okay. So, if there are n number of complete revolutions in 10 minutes, okay, then how to find out these n number of revolutions that the wheel makes in 10 minutes? Okay. So, children, if 1760 upon 7 centimeter is the distance, then there is 1 revolution. Okay. So, if there are n number of revolutions in 10 minutes, then we have n into 1760 upon 7, which is equal to 11 lakh centimeter. Okay. This is 1 revolution distance. And if there are n number of revolutions, then this into n will give 11 lakh centimeter distance. Okay. Therefore, if I transpose this 1760 upon 7 this side, it becomes 11 lakh centimeter divided by 1760 upon 7. If this 1760 upon 7 is taken up, it becomes 11 lakh into 7 upon 1760. After cancellation, I have n number of revolutions is equal to 4375 complete revolutions. Therefore, children, if the car travels with 66 km per hour speed for 10 minutes, okay, then it will have 4375 revolutions. By that time, it will have traveled 11 lakh centimeter. Okay. So, children, I hope today you have understood the application type problems of exercise number 12.1, and hope you have understood well and learnt well, and request you to solve the rest of the problems of this exercise. Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow with some other chapter.